All right, back in the day, if you were obscenely wealthy, you spent your money on mansions, yachts, private islands, art collections. You funded expeditions to the farthest corners of the world. Now the status symbol for the world's billionaires is apparently space exploration. Elon Musk has SpaceX. Richard Branson has Virgin Galactic. Jeff Bezos has Blue Origin. And this is not necessarily a terrible thing. SpaceX is changing the game for low Earth orbit by ferrying astronauts to the International Space Station so that NASA can focus on other things and developing eye-poppingly exciting technology for reusable rockets while doing it. Elon Musk has frankly lapped both Branson and Bezos, but they are trying to catch up. Jeff Bezos, who is stepping down as the CEO of Amazon as of this coming Monday, has announced that the first thing he's going to do after that is travel into space himself. And he won't be in space long. He'll be getting to what is technically space, but on a suborbital flight, meaning he's coming back to Earth after about 4 minutes of weightlessness. Bezos is going up on July 20th, the anniversary of the moon landing. Not to be outdone, Richard Branson has announced that he is also going into space on a suborbital flight, and he's getting there first. He plans to beat Bezos to space by 9 days. And if the idea of billionaires racing each other to the upper reaches of the atmosphere makes you feel a little icky, there is at least one amazing thing happening that might make it seem a little more palatable. Jeff Bezos is bringing 3 people with him, his brother, as an yet unnamed winner of an auction for a seat, and someone who arguably deserves the chance more than any other human. Now, let's go back a bit to the very dawn of the space program in the late 1950s. NASA decided to select its astronaut corps, the famed Mercury 7, from the ranks of military fighter jet pilots, who were all men. A few years later, there arose a shadow program privately funded and privately administered by the same man who had tested the men to test and train women for the same opportunity. The first woman recruited for it, a pilot named Jerry Cobb, was featured in a photo spread in Life magazine in the summer of 1960 titled, "A Lady Proves She's Fit for Spaceflight." Mary Wallace Funk, nicknamed Wally, was a 21-year-old flight instructor working at Fort Sill in Oklahoma when she saw that Life magazine story, and she was inspired to sign up to be an astronaut. Ultimately, 13 women, each of them accomplished pilots, though not allowed to fly fighter jets for the U.S. military, tested off the charts on some of the same tests that NASA was putting its male astronauts through. Wally Funk, for example, says she was able to endure more than 10.5 hours floating in a sensory deprivation tank, while the Mercury 7 only had to do 3 hours sitting in a dark room. Here's how she described it in an oral history project for NASA.
What would I do in a tank of water that was so, and the humidity of the room that was so perfectly controlled to my temperature that I couldn't feel the water on my hands or my face because there was no hearing, smelling, all your sights, all of your senses were taken away from you. And you were to stay in there as long as possible, and I broke the record of 10 hours and 35 minutes.
But acing those tests was where the dream of becoming an astronaut ended for Wally Funk and 12 other women. The next step would have been flight training, but that required sign-off from NASA and the U.S. military. That sign-off never came. Women would not be allowed to become NASA astronauts until the late 1970s, when Sally Ride was named the first female astronaut candidate. And in 1995, when astronaut Eileen Collins was the first woman to pilot a space shuttle mission, 7 members out of that original group of 13 women came to Florida as her invited guests to watch the launch. Wally Funk herself says she applied to NASA's astronaut program 4 times after they started letting women in, but she says she was turned down for lack of an engineering degree. And since then, she has jumped on every opportunity to try to make it to space, including several years ago when she thought Richard Branson was going to be the billionaire to get her there. But now, this week, Jeff Bezos announced that Wally Funk is getting a seat on his ship, aptly named the New Shepard, after the first American man to achieve suborbital flight, Alan Shepard. So if all goes well, more than 60 years after that Life magazine story kindled the hopes of a young pilot from Oklahoma, one of the first female astronaut hopefuls, may finally get her chance to fly high. Bye.